Assalamu alaikum, Rabaisha. How are you?
Welcome, Aslam, sir. I'm good. What about you?
Doing good. I think you're gonna be the only student today.
Don't worry.
Yep. So let's start. I mean, अगर कल की तरह अगर हम फिर बैठे रहे तो it's gonna just take a lot of time for no reason. Um, at least someone will benefit. Why not just one of you? So, uh, आज where we left yesterday, हम वहाँ से शुरू करते हैं. And I think if it's only you and there's no one else, we will just fly through it quickly. And I think you're a fast learner, so it shouldn't be an issue with you. And then we can just go back to the hosting part and your freelancing after the completion of this WordPress training. So yesterday when we activated the plugins, हमारी ना वो कुछ errors आ गए थे.
Yeah.
And it was because I tried to skip the settings and wanted to do later on. It didn't allow me. Theme both outdated tha, and it wanted me to go through the whole process. So आज हम वो process complete करेंगे. I deleted everything. I reinstalled everything. When instead of plugins or theme activate uploading of the theme, I just stopped there. So today I can just upload the theme and activate those plugins and just go one by one. So I'm gonna go. जो theme मैंने theme forest से purchase किया हुआ था. I'm just gonna go and activate that. I mean, I'm gonna upload the theme. It's in my downloads folder. I unzipped it. I'm gonna go to your store and I'm gonna install it. And I'm gonna activate it after that. इसके बाद वो मुझसे license key मांगेगा. I need to have the license key. I'm just gonna go here. आपको मेरी screen नजर आ रही है ना, visible है?
जी sir, visible.
Sure. इसकी separate license key थी इधर. Let me just track this. I have several monitors, so कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि it displays the wrong monitor. So this is the purchase code, the activation code. This is the purchase date I purchased this theme. It is almost 2.5, 3 years old. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna click here. It says require activation. It will give you notifications. So I'm gonna do this first before I do anything else. I'm gonna paste it here. I'm gonna click save changes. And I give my consent to activate this license on this domain. So one license can be activated on one domain only. अगर let's say after tomorrow आपने ये theme जो है किसी और domain में use करना है और ये जो domain है, let's say you don't want to use it on this domain anymore. ये domain आपका unused है, it has no further use. या आपने इसकी, for example, आपने इसको delete कर दिया अपने dashboard से, you can carry your license key to any other domain, but you can only use it at one domain at one time. Same concept with your cell phone number. कि एक टाइम पे एक सेल फोन पे एक नंबर यूटिलाइज होता है ना, just like the WhatsApp number. So इसका भी similar concept है. You can move it to another domain, another hosting, anything, but only one website can use one activation key. There are some activation keys that you can use on multiple sites. And I'm just going to show you when we're purchasing here. So let's say we click on fashion store theme, any theme, doesn't matter. किसी भी थीम को करेंगे, इसका रेगुलर लाइसेंस है. Some of them actually do have the capability of having multiple licenses. And if I'm lucky enough, I can grab something today. So let's open this, the gem. It would allow you to buy regular licenses. Here you go. If we click on license details, number of end products 1. It doesn't allow us to do multiple domains. It only allows us to do one domain, but there are certain vendors over here that will allow you to use a one-time purchase on multiple domains. You just have to make sure you read them, or इनकी जो licensing agreement आप वो read करें. that will they allow you to use this on WordPress. I think they have one called Metronic theme. It's an HTML theme, but I think it has that license. I'm just gonna show you guys if those licensing terms are there. Metronic. And let's see. इसका भी वही है. It has a similar thing. I think they just stopped it. Use one or PowerShell license on multiple clients. No, actually, this is no, sorry, I think I was doing it wrong. The second extended license will allow you to use it on multiple uh, clients. So if you buy the extended license, आप इसको multiple clients, unlimited multiple clients के ऊपर use कर सकते हैं. And just as we were seeing, this is a WordPress theme. And if I click on extended license, it is $2,100. But इसके ऊपर मेरे पर limitation नहीं होगी. I can use the same activation key on multiple domains. And एक तरह का आप यही समझे कि you kind of have an agreement with this developer or this vendor who's giving this theme that you can keep issuing it to other vendors. This is a good investment. अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा वेबसाइट बनाते हैं, you creating too many websites, और अगर आपको एक e-commerce का प्लेटफॉर्म पसंद आ जाता है, खासतौर पे जो मल्टीपर्पज थीम्स होते हैं, these are very useful, जिनके आगे मल्टीपर्पज लिखा होता है, to have an extended license. और इसकी वजह ये होती है कि the multi-purpose themes can be used in different types of businesses, like a restaurant, an e-commerce store, a car mechanic shop, a healthcare website, a learning website. ठीक है ना, different types के उन्होंने आपको themes built in दिए होते हैं. Some are specifically made to cater one business, but multiple purpose themes are made to cater multiple businesses. And if I click on live preview on this theme, on a multi-purpose theme, it will give me all the different types of businesses it supports and all the different types of themes it has built in with this theme. इस तरह का आपको demo में train. So it has one for the lawyer, it has for a jewelry store, it has for an architect, एक घड़ियों की दुकान के लिए, another jewelry, a barber shop. So it can support a variety of businesses just making a one-time purchase. So if I use a single license, which is for $69, I will get everything you see over here, but I can only use it on one website, on one domain name. So if I were to make a purchase for an extended license, so I can use it on multiple domains, my try would be to use a multi-purpose theme to get an extended license. In this way, I have different options. I'm getting like the best out of my investment. It even has one for an hosting company. So if I click on over here, तो ये उनका एक demo site है for the hosting. It will appear. And I can change the colors, I can change anything I want later on. But this is just to give you a quick example. I'm gonna close all of this. We're gonna go back to our activation. And I activated the theme. Now I'm gonna install the missing plugins. I can go to plugins, install plugins, and do this, or I can do notification, which is that you need to do this. I can just click here, begin installing plugin. And I can gonna click on select all, click install, click apply, and it will install. Yesterday we did this, but it kind of crashed on the activation part. I hope it doesn't crash today. If not, then what I can do is that we can just grab another theme from and download and upload it. And that's about it. We'll hit recur to the plugin installer. And we're going to activate all of these. And what I'm going to do is WooCommerce, इसने कल थोड़ा issue किया था. I'm just going to not activate this. I'm just going to wait to activate all the WooCommerce plugins. So I'm going to give Woo swatches. Nothing for WooCommerce. No. I'm just going to do this because I want to do something before I activate this. मैं इसको activate तो कर दूंगा, but these two I'm going to activate at the end. Because yesterday when we were actually creating our website, we skipped one important step. So everything was activated. Only these two were not activated purposely, because yesterday, जब हमने plugins delete की थी, initially when we installed this WordPress installation, we forgot to perform a few steps that we needed to do. First was going to the general and making sure कि हमारा permalinks, ये WP Bakery का plugin का आ गया because it just got activated. I'm gonna ignore this. I'm gonna go back to settings and I'm gonna go back to general. And again, you're gonna see a lot of errors that the plugins that are required to work, you didn't activate them and you didn't install them. I'm just gonna ignore this. I'm gonna put a tagline here. Best loading tool. This is our website, Cyber Imports. And can anyone register? Yes, since this is an e-commerce website, we should enable membership so they can create an account and they can do shopping. Your time zone, I always like to leave this as default UTC +0, otherwise it causes some issues. And for my date structure, I always like to use caps. It's up to you what you want to do. Your starting of the day is always Monday. Save changes. And then I have to go to the reading part. Sorry, what is the permalinks part? And I always like to make this a post name instead of day and name. Post name is simpler, shorter, and easy to remember. And just click Save Changes. And now I'm going to go back to my plugins, or जो दो plugins मैंने activate नहीं की थी, उनको मैं activate कर दूंगा. I just wanted to do this. This is something I skipped yesterday. And if I go to plugins, I'm going to see a lot of notification. I'm going to close the ones that are not required for me. And अगर आप देखेंगे इधर भी मुझे वो plugin दे रहा है कि आपने Woo swatches or WooCommerce activate नहीं की, please activate them. So we're going to activate them. ये a custom product from tab for WooCommerce, then another WooCommerce, then another WooCommerce. All the WooCommerce plugins didn't get activated, so अब हम इनको activate करेंगे. This one got deactivated itself because the WooCommerce and parent plugin was not activated. So let's activate them. And I think all the plugins are activated. They're slightly blue. It means that all of them are activated and running. आप यहाँ से भी check कर सकते हैं कि all plugins number 19 active 19. So there's nothing. Auto updates disabled 19. I do not like auto updating my plugins. It causes issues. So WordPress के अंदर भी आपने same करना है कि auto updates आपने सारी disable कर देनी है. Otherwise, if something updates and a plugin or theme is not compatible with the WordPress or the plugin or vice versa, it causes your website to crash. So first, I'm going to close these notifications. I don't like these. They give me a hard time, but I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I'm going to click home, और यहाँ पर ना हमने WordPress को भी make sure करना कि disabled है on the dashboard, that all updates regarding WordPress are disabled. I think it's here. Changes, reinstall current version, check, switch to automatic updates for CC. This site is automatically kept to update with each new version of WordPress. We don't want that. अगर हमने 5.7 install किया, I want to stick here for another 1-2 years until I can end. So I can just click here, switch automatic updates for maintenance and security reasons only. Yes, so security updates डालेगा, but it won't upgrade it to the next version. Let's say it was 5.8. इसको 5.8 या 6.0 में convert नहीं करेगा. And that's how we want to keep it. We want to make sure that the theme we have installed supports the newest version before we upgrade over there. So you have to do this manually. And I will show you how we can do this manually to multiple websites by using another website. So in this way, you don't have to log into each of your websites. You can manage multiple WordPress websites through one app. So either ये आ जाएगा कि this site is only kept to date with maintenance and security for WordPress only. And this is how it should be. So if I click on plugins, it should take and click on any of these. It should automatically take me to the WooCommerce. It will pop up the WooCommerce, or it should. If not, we can go manually. Yep, it didn't. So let's go manually to WooCommerce. And WooCommerce is your e-commerce platform for selling products online on WordPress. It's the most famous one. It's not the only one, but most famous one WooCommerce has. So let's click on WooCommerce and let's try to configure WooCommerce. And you should always, if you're selling something online digitally or physically, you should always install WooCommerce. और जिस मुल्क या जिस country की आपने currency दिखानी है, the place where you're selling this from or the market you're catering, let's say अगर आप पाकिस्तान में हैं, but you want to sell your product to the United States, you should always enter the address of the country where you want to sell your product the most. Of course, anyone can log in from any country and buy your product, but you should enter where your main market exists. So let's say for our case, it's US. We're just gonna go enter an address. Country is United States. And we're gonna go to Ohio. City, Columbus. And just in case अगर आप पाकिस्तान के लिए भी कभी कर रही हैं, तो just remember that पाकिस्तान में भी अब zip codes काम करते हैं. I don't know what the zip code will be for your specific city, but you can Google it. But I know that where I am from in Pakistan, Gujarat, our zip code is 50700. So WooCommerce now supports zip codes from Pakistan as well. So I'm setting up a store for a client.
Sir, ये multiple addresses डाल सकते हैं इसके अंदर?
Multiple addresses?
जी.
No, you can always keep one.
जो main है.
जो main है. So there's two reasons. There might be two situations जहाँ आपने ना कौन सा address use करना है. The main thing is that sometimes client का एक legal address है. Let's say if there's a store like Amazon का कोई store है या Sephora है, Michael Kors, Macy's, जितनी भी बड़ी brands हैं, Gucci, Armani, ठीक है. Sometimes they like to use their legal address जहाँ उनकी company registered है, and they will actually put their legal address. But for your scenario, it might be different. Let's say you have a client sitting in China who's selling cosmetic products in England. And he wants to show as a local business in England. So the currency, the British pound currency can be displayed on your WordPress site. He will make you type in a British address over here, even though he's residing in China and selling cosmetics in China or from China. So you just have to make sure that the address for your online e-commerce store, you can ask your client what address do you want to fill. And the address you fill here, इस स्टेप पे जो आप एड्रेस फिल करेंगी, इसी कंट्री के मुताबिक आपका सारा स्टोर कंट्रोल होगा. लाइक द करेंसी, द लैंग्वेजेस, द एड्रेस स्ट्रक्चर, सारा इस कंट्री के मुताबिक सेट हो जाएगा right over here. So you just have to be careful with that. But you can change it anytime you want. You can go back and change it, and it will be changed in less than a second. So ये दो scenarios हैं address के. I'm going to click no thanks for sharing information. We have a fashion apparel store. I'm going to click this. We're not dealing with any other thing, so nothing for now. Click continue. And food and drinks, the restaurant type of business is handled by other apps nowadays. So this is kind of out of market. We're selling physical products. I think Pakistan में food panda use होता है. They don't even use WordPress anymore for selling. They just use it for display. How many products do you want to plan to display? Let's say you want to display 100 products. Currently selling elsewhere? No. Install recommended free business software, requires an account. Let's see. Manage, accept credit cards and payment. We need this feature, so we'll keep this checked to accept credit cards and debit cards and PayPal or anything. So I'm gonna click continue. It says it requires an account, so you need to create an account to have these business features enabled. So when it needs an account, it would tell us to create an account, and we're just gonna create a dummy account. Or I think what it's doing is that it's installing all these features. Yep. So they can work over there. And now it's telling us to choose a theme. We already purchased the theme. This is our theme here, the first one. And say continue with my active theme. And then it's going to prompt us to make a new product, which we tried to skip yesterday, but it kind of failed. So I'm going to click on add my product, and we're just going to add a dummy product just to get the store created. And then we're gonna make a real product. So let's just start with a template. It's a physical product. These are WooCommerce built-in templates. And I just want to create something so I can get rid of these pop-up screen. And I can continue on to settings. And वो कल वाली बात होगी. And I'm going to tell you the reason that I'm seeing this error. मेरा theme outdated. I have an outdated theme. And it's not allowing me to use the latest WordPress on my theme. I have to use an older version of WordPress. And this is going to keep happening. And I'm going to go ahead and upload a new theme. But if you ever come across this option, जहाँ पर error आ रहा है, forbidden error आ रहा है, and you went too far in the website to go ahead and change it, there's a way to get around it. And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to open my cPanel or my hosting panel or WAMP. इसमें आप लोगों का WAMP है, आप लोग वो open करेंगे. And I'm going to go cyber. Oh yeah, cyberimports.net slash. No, actually, ये मेरा hosting panel है, host.labs. I'm gonna go into my hosting panel. आपका जो cPanel होगा, HostGator होगा, SiteGround होगा, आप उधर जाएंगे. I created one dummy account yesterday. We were gonna create this error on our own later down today, but it happened before, so let's just take this as part of the training. But this is what happens when you use an old out-of-date theme with a newer version of WordPress. You will get errors. They're not compatible. And you will get errors that don't even explain. They're just saying that you don't have permission, but this is not the real scenario. The theme is very outdated. I purchased it 3 years ago and it was never updated since then. The developer who made it stopped using it. So आप अपने web panel में जाएं, file manager में जाएं, and जिस तरह हम सब देख रहे हैं, the reason it broke was because we were playing around with WooCommerce. We were trying to create a product on WooCommerce, and WooCommerce broke down our website. So you will go to your public HTML folder. Some hosting sites just call it the HTML or www folder. उधर जाएंगे, and you will try to find the plugin folder for your WordPress in the WordPress directory. And I think it's in WP includes, or might be in WP content, but one of these two folders contains the plugin folder. And WP includes does not contain it. It's WP content. So I'm going to go one step back. Oopsie. And I'm going to go WP content and try to find the plugin folder. And there's the plugin folder. And here's the theme folder. If any theme or plugin is giving you a hard time and making your website crash, and as you can see, it's not even allowing me to go to WP admin at this point. It's blocking my access. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna go to the WooCommerce. जितने भी ये WooCommerce की हैं, I need to disable them or delete them. And what I do that instead of deleting, मैं क्या करता हूँ? I just rename them. मैं इनके आगे बस यहाँ underscore डाल देता हूँ या X डाल दूंगा, X underscore. And this changes the name of the plugin or the plugin folder, and WordPress will not be able to read this plugin anymore. And I will step by step keep disabling all the plugins. Or I can just disable the whole plugin folder itself. But I think this is the plugin that's causing the issue. As you can see, and I'm gonna try to see if I can access it now. Nope. So let's see if I can, should I just revert these changes back and just disable the whole plugin folder itself. So I'm gonna go to WP content. I'm gonna try to see if I can recover my website just by renaming this. And I'm just gonna put X underscore. So I can rename the plugins folder. And it's been renamed. And let's see if this fixes the issue. Nope, it doesn't like it. So let's go. you don't have access to log into the server. Yep, it kind of permanently disabled the features on it. So this is how you will disable the plugin. And in a real scenario on your hosting panel, since this is a very outdated thing that we try to do, ये आपका error fix हो जाएगा just by doing this. And once you're logged in, you can go ahead and revert back these changes or delete the plugins from your plugins over there, from your plugins menu, and rename the file back to its original state. But instead of naming the whole plugin folder, I prefer renaming the plugin that is causing the issue. In our scenario, it was the WooCommerce plugin, but it's a very outdated theme. It didn't allow me. So I'm just gonna revert back all the changes. What I'm gonna do is that instead of doing everything all over again, I'm just gonna go to my public HTML folder, and I want to do a fresh installation of the same theme or another theme. I will just delete all of this. I'm just gonna do select all and just delete them. And here's an option. Do you want to put them in your trash can? No, in your hosting panel, try to permanently delete them if you're not going to recover them. And I'm also going to go back here while this is being deleted, and I'm going to click on MySQL services. And I'm going to go to my PHP manager, my PHP admin, and I'm going to delete all the data in the database. मैं एक तरीका ये कर सकता हूँ कि I can go to MySQL manager, delete the database and recreate the database, but then that's too much work. What I can do is that जो मैंने test ecom database बनाया था, I can just click on it. And I can go all the way to the bottom. ये सारे tables जो data आप देख रहे हैं, ये WordPress ने बनाया है. Ignore everything. It says check all button here. I'm going to click check all. I'm going to click with selected. And I'm going to click this option called drop. And what this does is that it drops all the data inside this database. And just make sure that enable foreign key check is enabled. It should be checked by default, but this double check it is checked. And just click yes. And now you can see all the data is gone inside the table. It's an empty table that I need for my website to put a new website and use the same database name and database user. And here it's an empty site again. So I can start all over my process of uploading WordPress. There are plugins that do that for you, but I have issues trusting those plugins. And since you can see having too many plugins causes issues like we were having over here. That's why I try to avoid plugins as much as I can and do it manually. And I will unzip this or decompress this. And then I have to move all the files from the main WordPress site to the public HTML folder. And we're going to use another plugin another theme that I have. And I think I gave you access to that theme as well. I'm going to go to WordPress folder that it created and move all of this one directory up. So I'm going to click select all, move into the public HTML folder, our main folder. And then click move selected file. It will just move them one step up. And I'm going to delete this empty WordPress folder and this WordPress zip file. And I'm going to continue with my installation of the new WordPress site. So if I enter this, oh, it kept an image of it. So I'm going to click cyber imports. I'm going to do a new private window. Why does it keep reading it? It saved on my data cache and it's keep accessing it from the same data cache. I will actually have to close this. And when you face this issue, जहाँ से वो update नहीं हो रहा, I discussed this with one of the students. They were facing the same issue when they couldn't see their content being updated. You just have to make sure you clear the cache and data for that particular website on your browser, if there is any. and you have to restart your browser. So this was the data and cookie saved inside. It was saving one cookie from 2 hours ago. I'm just gonna remove all shown, save changes. It's gonna ask me for this website, cyber info. So I'm gonna click remove. Again, it's in manage data. And I'm gonna also go to manage exceptions and make sure it's not over there. It shouldn't be, but who knows? Enter, and it does have. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna say remove all shown, click save, and I'm gonna close all of this and make sure my browser is exited out. They can be exit me. I'm gonna right click and close, and I'm gonna open it again. बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी screen होगी. And I'm gonna do a new private window, and I'm gonna try again cyber imports. And this could also be another issue that I'm gonna tell you. If it still doesn't fix, it could be my Cloudflare issue that I need to put into development mode, what I showed you yesterday. But देखें, browser हमेशा data save कर लेता है for a domain, for a particular domain and site, and if it keeps, हमने तो अपना सारा data delete करके नहीं WordPress की site upload की, it should give us this menu. But if you face an issue where you're trying to make changes and the changes are not reflecting on the front end, just perform these steps that I did, and you should be able to see the difference. So let's quickly install this. I just want to show you WordPress. That's my main thing today. I mean, the e-commerce part of WordPress. Our user was test user. This is what we created yesterday. And let's click on submit. The connection was made. Let's run the installation. It was fashion store. Username test 123. This is click install. Log in. Test 123. Your password that we said yesterday. And I'm just going to go to plugins, delete the plugins that they have, delete the themes that they have, the one that we're not using. एक theme हमेशा active रहेगा, the one we have, and we cannot delete that. We could, but we don't want to. Go to settings, go to general. Put here my guideline, fashion store. Anyone can register because this is an e-commerce store. They should be enabled. I like putting this time Monday. Save changes. Go to permalink. Make this a post name. Save changes. And now I have one theme that I gave you guys. It's on your Google Drive. I gave you some themes and plugins. And let's say if we can get some theme out of it. There's a theme called Top Deal. Let's do that theme. Let's extract that. And this is on your Google Classroom, this theme. You can play around with it. And extract to Top Deal ones. And let's see इसका theme का कहाँ है सारा कुछ. Licensing, BSD code. And there you go. Beside the code, it has the theme. So let's install this theme. Appearance, theme, add new, upload theme, browse. And we're not gonna do this. We're gonna do the top deal theme code, and this is the theme. So click install now. And I'm gonna activate this. और इससे मुझे वो plugins कहेगा. And it is gonna also tell me that आपने देखा है कि इस पर मुझे ना licensing key नहीं आई. And the reason I didn't get an activation or license key, these were one of the free themes, the cracked and null theme, जिसको मैंने आपको मना किया था, you shouldn't use it. This is one of those themes, but this is a clean theme that I personally use. This costs like $60, $70 if you get it from $50 to $60 from Theme Forest, but this is a null one, so feel free to use it. And I'm gonna install the missing plugin. And it has its own set of plugins that it will require, and probably it will have WooCommerce as well. is one of the most famous plugin used, and it does use WooCommerce. And go to required plugin. Let's activate these plugins, and we're gonna get the whole WooCommerce scenario again. It will pop up, it will make us fill in the address, but we're gonna quickly fly through it this time. And I'm gonna go to appearance. I'm gonna do one thing before I go here. My appearance पे themes में जाऊंगा. Let's say it doesn't take us anywhere else. And if you have a child theme with your regular theme, always install the child theme if you haven't. Then again, WooCommerce forced me to enter my address. And what I can do is that I can just skip this store detail setup for now. Let's see if it allows us to skip, but this causes a similar issue like the older theme. No, it didn't. I'm gonna skip this one as well. Let's see if it allows us to skip this one as well. And it did. It didn't cause any issues. जो पुराना theme था उसके अंदर थोड़ी incompatibilities थी. So let's install the child theme. यहाँ पर हमने छोड़ा था. You install the regular theme. You should always install the child theme if you have one. And what the child theme advantage ये है कि any changes you make in the child theme and you delete the child theme, it won't reflect your main parent theme. So अगर आप changes करें या customization करें, do it in the child theme. Don't do it in the main parent theme. Otherwise, you will not be able to recover back to the original theme format. It will just mess up your whole website. So if you have a child theme, always install it. So I will go back to appearance. I will go back to theme. I can have a question, Pushna. No, I think she doesn't even know she can. But let's click and install that child theme. And child theme is just another protective layer on top of the parent theme that will allow you to prevent or recover your changes that you did. I'm going to click install now. And this will be your current active theme. I'm just going to activate it. And this is our child theme. This is our regular theme. Never delete the parent theme. Always keep it there. And this is our child theme. So let's click on our fashion store and let's see if we can see anything so far. And you can see we have a simple website, just like the one we did, with nothing.
पानी पिला दोगी? पानी.
So she doesn't even know she was muted. We have to complete the WooCommerce store, and we need some data to dummy data. And let's see if we can read how to get dummy data for this website. No, not this. Licensing. Nope. Dummy data. But let's complete the WooCommerce first, जो हमने छोड़ दिया था. And then I'll tell you that हर theme की एक dummy data import करने का तरीका होता है. So let's complete our settings. There was the address that we needed to add, and this is the address. Since we skipped the screen, I'm gonna go directly to the settings and add the address. United. Ohio. Selling locations. आप किस countries में बेचना चाहते हैं? All countries. Do you ship to a particular countries or do you ship to all countries? For our space, we only want to ship to United States, Canada. United States and Canada share borders, so it's easy to ship. We don't want to ship overseas anywhere else. This is just me giving an example. For you, it might be different. Shop, and this is your default customer location, where you want your shop to be. And this is where the time, I think Rebecca or Ikra, one of you asked this question, कि आपकी किधर shop का address होना चाहिए? If you want to have multiple addresses, this is where you can give another address. आपकी shop किधर located है. So this will be your legal address used in your payments. And this will be your shop address. And this will help you in tax calculations and a lot of the accounting part. So we're just going to click shop base address. This is
sir, यही मेरा question था कि
सॉरी क्या कह रहे थे?
आप पूछ लो।
ये हमने तो ऑनलाइन स्टोर क्रिएट करना है ना, तो हम कैसे, मतलब ये जो सेकंड एड्रेस, शॉप का एड्रेस है, ये हम देंगे या क्लाइंट जो जिसके लिए हम काम कर रहे हैं वो अपना ऐड करेगा कि उसकी फिजिकली कहाँ पे लोकेट कर रही है
ये
वो?
डिपेंड करता है इकरा, कि आप मुझे पहले इस चीज का आंसर दें कि लेट्स से जो आप पहली वेबसाइट बनाएंगी, आप अपनी पर्सनल ई कॉमर्स स्टोर बनाएंगे, अपने क्लाइंट के लिए बनाना चाहती हैं?
कौन सी?
समझिए, अगर आप लेट्स से यू कंप्लीट योर ट्रेनिंग, राइट इकरा,
जी
एंड
सर।
you're आउट देयर टू मेक योर फर्स्ट वेबसाइट। जो आपकी पहली ई
यस सर।
कॉमर्स की वेबसाइट होगी, आप अपने प्रोडक्ट सेल करना चाहती हैं, आप अपने किसी क्लाइंट के लिए ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट बनाना चाहती हैं?
अपने।
ठीक है, अगर समझिए आपके प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, ठीक है, सो इन दिस केस आप पाकिस्तान में लोकेटेड है ना?
जी। जी पाकिस्तान।
ठीक है, तो आप आपकी जो एड्रेस फील्ड इधर होगी, ये आपकी कंपनी की फील्ड होगी। इन पाकिस्तान यू कैन रजिस्टर अ कंपनी इन योर होम एड्रेस, एंड जस्ट मेक श्योर व्हेन यू डूइंग दिस काइंड ऑफ बिजनेसेस इन पाकिस्तान, जहाँ आपका पेमेंट या बैंक अकाउंट होगा, जो आपके पेमेंट प्रोवाइडर के साथ लिंक्ड है, फॉर एग्जांपल स्ट्राइप और पेपैल और एनी पेमेंट प्रोवाइडर दैट आर यू यूजिंग विद वर्डप्रेस, जो पेमेंट प्रोवाइडर के साथ आप पेमेंट डिटेल या बैंक अकाउंट देंगे, यू विल फिल दैट एड्रेस इन दिस पार्ट। दिस इज कॉल्ड द लीगल एड्रेस। ठीक है, इट कुड बी एनीवेयर। जैसे इन पाकिस्तान आप लोगों को एक ये मसला होगा कि यू कैन नॉट एक्सेप्ट इलेक्ट्रॉनिक पेमेंट। अभी तक पाकिस्तान में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक पेमेंट एक्सेप्ट करने की कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है ना, फॉर फॉरेन कंट्री लाइक यूएस और यूके। यू हैव टू एंड अप
नहीं
विद
है।
सम। है, आप लोग क्या यूज करते हैं?
पायनियर यूज करते हैं और
But Pioneer is not a for Pakistan. You actually have to revert and get account somewhere and have your debit card shipped to Pakistan. Is like that, right? It's a workaway around.
वीजा एक है, उसके थ्रू भी होता है, और एक दो और हैं, पता नहीं, एक मेरे माइंड में
ठीक है,
नहीं आ रहा।
कि जो जहाँ आपके पायनियर की डिटेल्स होंगे ना, जो आपके पायनियर बैंक की डिटेल्स होंगी, आप इधर वो फिल करेंगे इन दिस एड्रेस सेक्शन। ठीक है, दिस विल अलाउ द पेमेंट इंटीग्रेशन गेटवे जो आप डालेंगी टू फेच दिस एड्रेस व्हिच मैचेस योर बैंक एड्रेस। द शॉप एड्रेस इज दैट आप किन जगह सेल करना चाहती हैं। फॉर मी, सेल ऑल कंट्रीज, सेल टू स्पेसिफिक कंट्रीज, और मैंने सेल टू स्पेसिफिक कंट्रीज में कनाडा डाला कि आई डोंट वांट टू सेल एनीवेयर बिसाइड्स कनाडा एंड यूएस। ठीक है, एंड माय वेयर इज द अदर वन, स्टोर किधर गया, सेलिंग लोकेशन, इधर एक स्टोर भी था। I think when I just selected this, the shipping based store just disappeared option. But if you sell all, आप अपनी all over the countries बेचना चाहती हैं, so you will click here, and I'm just going to remove this because this is for me. Select none. There should be an option, or option ही disappeared होगी है for some reason. It's called the base location. It was appearing, but it's now appearing. Oh, here it is. Sorry, default customer location. I was unable to find it. And you will actually select here कि आपकी जो default customer location है, where do you want your shop base to be? You can do geolocate. It depends on the geolocation of the customer. ठीक है, shop base address. This will be your address from over here. And you can say node location by default. आपकी कोई location exist नहीं करती physical. You just selling online. And I would suggest you use geolocate. And what geolocate does is that it fetches the location from the customer. Let's review what it is. ये देखें, this option determines the customer default location. The MaxMind geolocate live database will periodically download to your WP contract if you're using geolocation. So geolocate से ये होगा कि your store will be viewed as a local store in the customer's country. So let's say your customer is from Italy, ठीक है, and you're selling in Pakistan. He or she will have this kind of look that your store is local to Italy. And this is what geolocate will help you to do. And instead of having multiple shops, it will automatically adjust your store to a country that the customer is visiting from. And in WordPress, you don't need to add multiple branches for accepting payments. You just need one for accepting payments. लेकिन अगर आपने front end side पे customer को अपनी different shop locations दिखानी है, that's handled in the front end. WooCommerce, you should only worry about your banking details and how you can accept the payment and how you're going to create the product. Your shop addresses we can handle on the front end side. जिस तरह हमने अपने WAMP में हमने yesterday किए थे वो footer column 1, footer column 2, footer column 3. We can add multiple shop addresses on the front end by manually typing it in. But this is something different. This is something that helps you take payment. We're just going to keep this. We're selling to all countries. We're ship to specific countries only. We're going to do ship to all countries. Always make this geolocate or shop base address, either one of them. Enable taxes and rate calculation if you're charging taxes. And this again, this will be dependent on your client or your, if you want to charge tax. So I'm going to disable, enable the use of coupon codes. Do you want to issue coupon codes? No, I'm not going to do it. And what is Open Exchange Rate API? When different users access your website, they need to be shown their default currency because you're using geolocate option. And for that, you will need to go to Open Exchange Rate. Just open this website. It tells you that it has membership, and you need to take one of these memberships, and it will allow you to create an account with an API access. But if you're just doing it, it's a small website, you can use your free membership. Free membership का उनके पास इन 3 subscriptions में नहीं है. They have it in a very awkward location, and it will allow you to make 1,000 requests per month free of charge. And it has countries of currencies of 200 countries. So you will make your free plan here, and it will give you an API access that you need to fill in this the app key. So you will create your account here. You will click continue, and you will get the app key and you will put it in here. So let's say our app key is इस तरह की app key होती है, an alphanumeric key. You will put it in here, and this will allow you to give currency conversion. Your default currency is always the currency of the store address. So if my store address is United States, I will have to make this USA dollars, USD dollars. So I'm just gonna try to see if USD comes. Nope. So we're gonna put United States, US dollars, and currency position is left. 1,000 separator is a comma, and decimal. This is by default. You can just leave them. So I'm gonna click save, and I'm not gonna click save because I have to delete this. This is a wrong key. So this is how the key will work. For my, I won't have a currency conversion. You guys can have it. And आपने देखा होगा कि मैंने tax भी disable किए हैं. You should always enable taxes for your customers, and coupon codes, ask them if they wanted. These are 2 good features, but I'm gonna ignore them. And geolocation has not, you must enter a valid license key from MaxMind integration. So it's telling that the geolocation option that I selected, geolocate, will not allow me to do it unless I make an account to MaxMind integration. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to see what MaxMind integration license key is. It's telling me to enter the MaxMind license key. I don't have it. Let's open MaxMind and create a MaxMind geolocation account. And this is a MaxMind geolocation account that you can sign up for. You should enter your company full name, your company name. You don't have a company name, you can just enter. It will give you a key that you can enter over here once creating this account. Again, everything is in WordPress itself. So if I go back, and it's saying that you must enter a valid license key. So I'm just gonna skip this option to shop base address for now, so I don't get this notification anymore. But you should always use geolocate, you people who are selling online. So this is saved. Let's click on home. And now we can continue on creating the product store details. This is already filled in because we did that from the setting. I'm just gonna go to industry. We're in fashion apparel. We're selling physical products. How many products you plan to display? 100. Selling elsewhere? No. It requires to install plugins. Click next. If this fails again, then I'm pretty much sure that this step that has the install plugin has invalid plugin for some reason. I'm gonna copy this just in case I have to disable these plugins. I'm gonna oh, it doesn't allow me to paste it. Let's continue with my active theme. And add my product, and all of this can be done by the demo content. We don't need to do this. So let's skip this for now. Let's go straight to the demo content. Whenever we import a theme, we buy a theme, it comes with some built-in demo content. And it has its own theme option to import those demo content. And let's find that option. So in our scenario, we need to find the theme options. It could be anywhere. A lot of times it's in the setting tab, or somewhere in the bottom, or somewhere on the top. But in our scenario, it's nowhere, not on the top, not on the bottom. We just have to find our theme options. So here, import demo data. I think this might be in the theme options. So let's click on theme options first, and let's see what our theme has to offer. It has it. We can change our logos, breadcrumbs, favy icon. Favy icon is a small little icon you see on the top screen right over here, the little W. I can change this. I can change the icon of here. So we have taxonomy categories pre-created for us, but I want to do the first is for demo data. So let's click on import and export. Import from option, copy, download. Nope. It's going to be so let's go to this import demo data. And it says I don't have access to this. And this is because this is what you call that a null theme. It doesn't allow me to download the demo data. But this is where I would actually import the demo data. And I don't think this theme actually gave me any demo data. Nope. And I'm going to just check one time. It's usually here. Can you guys see my web browser? आप लोगों को मेरा browser नजर आ रहा है? I think Zoom is not displaying here. But it should be import demo data to be sure.
सर आ रहा है
सर आ रहा है नजर
And then मैं आप लोगों को जितना भी प्रोडक्ट बनाना सिखाना चाहता हूँ डेमो डेटा में उतना ही वो मुझे नहीं दिखाने देता for some reason. This is a cracked theme, and that's why cracked themes have limitations. I don't have any other theme that I can show you guys. I have this 7-zip. So let's go to plugins. Oops, sorry. And it is causing the same issue. And I think it's the plugins जो हमने ये install किए हैं. I'm pretty much sure the aftermarket plugins that we installed because of the theme. इसलिए मैंने इसको copy किया था. The Jetpack, the WooCommerce, the shipping, these are causing it to fail. And this might just be a WordPress issue of being in a too new version of a WordPress. But let's stop from the real website. Let's just do something that we always did. अपना web server हम start करते हैं. I'm just going to launch our web server. I'm just going to do it over there. There's some incompatibility issues with the new WordPress, and I just don't want to waste too much time. We're just going to create our own product using WooCommerce. जो हमारा अपना Amazon का बुक स्टोर था. So we have our local host 8080 Amazon, and I'm going to do wp-admin. So we create a test 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go to plugins. I'm going to do add a new plugin. Plugin, add a new plugin. Go here, WooCommerce. I'm going to install the WooCommerce plugin, and I need to install another one. It's called, these are the payment gateway you can use with WooCommerce. I always recommend using Stripe. It is a better deal, or you can use PayPal. It's up to you, whichever you want to use. Stripe is always good. It's easy. I'm going to show you how to do Stripe, and we might even do PayPal. And there's one more. It's called Woo Swatches. I'm just trying to find Woo Swatches. This is for the tax and shipping auto calculation for WooCommerce. This is the PayPal for the WooCommerce. We're going to install this. We're going to install the WooCommerce shipping and tax. We're not going to do that now, but I need to find WooCommerce, the swatches. So let's search for WooCommerce swatch. By WooCommerce by themselves, they don't have that. So let's go one back, stay on page. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to open up the WooCommerce developer, the person who's making the WooCommerce, and I'm going to see if I can find plugins. Browse extensions, browse categories, and search. I'm going to click swatch. And this is variation swatches and photos. So this is the name. I'm going to see that I have that variation swatches. So this was the correct one. I'm going to click install. The variation swatches, and oh, not the photos. There should be photos as well. This was the wrong one. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, it's a paid. So this was the free one. So we installed the required plugins. We're gonna go to our plugin folder after installing this, and we're gonna activate these. And we're gonna go to WooCommerce, set up our store. This is fashion and apparel. Could be book, doesn't matter. Then when I uncheck this, 100, no. I was checking this, and I think this was the one that was breaking it. They have something over here that doesn't. We're gonna continue with our current store design. No thanks. It tells us to install Jetpack. No. Because something within this set is breaking our, and we're going to add our first product. It's our physical product. and we're going to add our product name. So let's say this is product. Where are you going to get your product information for a client? Let's say our client is clothing. They give clothing for gents and ladies. So I will use a sample website called CBazaar. It's a very famous website in US. So let's go and enter like a Langa, and let's just search anyone for our example. Let's just take this one. And I will actually copy the contact and details here. So if I go to the bottom, there should be details about this particular product. And I'm just going to copy and paste those details. And here are the details. And I'm just going to copy this. And I'm just going to paste this over here. And the product name, you can have a different name for your client. But for my example, I'm just going to copy this name that this has this over here as well. And this is how you take content from another website, and I'm just doing here to build up your. You don't actually have to copy the whole content as it is. I'm just giving you an example. You should also change the content according so it doesn't do any kind of copy. So what is the regular price and sale price? So let's say this, they have a regular price of $26. No, this is for the ready and stitching, sorry. If we do unstitch or ready size and stitching, so let's do, they have a regular price of $26 and $17 is the promotional price for ready and stitch sizing. If you select this, and I think they will add it in the total. The regular price for this particular product itself is $89. And then you have to pay an extra $17 for getting the ready and stitch. Or do they just include that in the price? No, this is extra. If we take it unstitched, it will have the option of just buying it for the constant price. So this is the standard price. This is the promotional price. So let's put in the standard price of $179. Let's follow this page. This is our regular standard price. And then we have a sale price of $89. So let's put in sale price. And now it's asking me what kind of product data is this? This is a simple product. One product, is this a virtual product or downloadable? No, this is a physical product. So we will just leave it as 89. And this is a schedule. If you want to schedule this sale at a given week, at a given time frame, you can select it from the schedule, the start and the end date. But we don't have it. We always want to display it as it is. The next is inventory. Do you have an SKU number? So does this has an SKU number? Yes, it has a product code. We're going to copy this product code. You should generate your own product code for your clients. But for me, I'm just copying whatever they have. And do you want to manage this stock? Do you want to enable management stock? It says yes. How many quantities do you have? Let's say if you're selling anything, your cosmetic product, your bags, your clothing store, any embroidery skills, how many do you have in stock? Let's say we have 150 pieces. And in this way, if 150 pieces are sold out, when someone opens our product page like this, they will not have the option to buy it. If they will see a message that it's sold out. So they won't have this add to cart option button here anymore. It was saying this product is sold out. So it's always good to have this. Allow back orders. And what back orders, I think all of you are familiar. If you're out of stock, do you want your customer to place an advance order that whenever you get the stock back in, they will get the product delivered? It's up to you depending on the business model you or your client has. But for us, if it's sold out, it's sold out. We do not want them to back order because nowadays with the COVID and everything, you never know if you're going to get the back order or not. So do not allow. Allow but notify customer and allow. These are the three. Low threshold. The threshold is that how many products should be left to give you a notification of stock. So if it's 150, if I have only 5 of them left, notify me. And we can read, if you don't understand any of these particular options, you can always hover your mouse over the little icon. And this is whenever a product reaches this amount, you will be notified by email that you're running low on stock. You should refill this. For 150 items, 5 is a very low number. We should actually have it in 15. And only I have 15 left. Please notify me so I can order. And sold individually, enable this to only allow one of this item to be bought in a single order. And what this does is that this item cannot be combined or grouped with any other item. This can be sold as a single product itself. कि single item के तौर पे ही sell होगा. It cannot be brought as multiple or as a group order. It nowadays this option is not used, but if you have a complicated product that you're selling, you can use this option. We're gonna go to next to the shipping. इसका कितना weight है? And I don't think they have a weight. They don't display a weight size too much over here. But let's say for us it's half a kg, right? Half a kg suit ka size hoga, I don't know, but I think half a kg is like 1 pound. And I think with the shipping material packing, it should be a dimension. And again, jo aapka shipping weight hai, it's not the weight of your product, it's the weight of your packed product inside the box, inside the wrapper. So let's do half kg. And this is the dimension of the shipping package. So let's say, what should be your shipping package for your client? Let's Google one. Clothing shipping package material. Let's Google some material that can be used for shipping bags and clothes. And we can just grab some details from there. So let's say this is a good one. इसके अंदर आप अपनी शर्ट या कोई भी चीज मेल कर दें. Let's get the specs for this. Is 7 inches by 9 inches. And height इसकी लिखी नहीं है, so let's go 7 by 9 and height हम 1 inch लिख देते हैं. Does this have a shipping class? No shipping class. We can add shipping classes by adding another extension of WooCommerce. Linked products. And what linked products and upsells and cross sells are, that the products that you want to display, if someone is interested in buying this, what is this? This was a lehenga. Yep, this somebody is trying to buy this lehenga. Do you want to recommend other products? So this is your upsell and cross sell products that you see on the bottom. Different other variations of different products that you want. You can search for a product. Please enter 3 or more characters. We didn't create any product yet, so that's why we don't see anything. But you can upsell and recommend other products to here. Attributes. Attribute is the options you see for your product. This is an attribute, a size selector. And all this has only one limitation, but your height is another attribute. And if there was a color selection, I think these are predefined colors for this particular product. It doesn't allow us to change colors, but you can add color if there's different. Let's say instead of this orange, I think this is a dupatta. Instead of this orange dupatta, you have a purple color. You can add a color here and it will change the image into purple. But these are different attributes that the customer can change. And this is also called swatches as well. And that's what I was trying to search. You can add these options by using the attribute column. So this is a color. Let's say we have a blue, and let's add another color called black. Let's do it here. Black. So now we have 2 color options, black. Let's add another one. Let's add red. Let's add another one. And let's add orange. So this is the attribute. Now we gave it 4 options. And now let's add another attribute. This is the only color attribute here. Let's add another attribute and let's name it size. And let's enter some size attributes. How do they begin? 32, 33, 34 says 1 increment up to 42. So let's add this. And uses is enter some text or some attributes by the separator pipe symbol. A pipe symbol is right on top of the enter key on the right side. And that's the pipe symbol. And you can separate them. So let's enter 32, pipe symbol 33, pipe symbol 34. And we're gonna keep doing this till we reach the 42. And we're just trying to copy data from that page. 38, 39, 40, 41, and 42. And let's say save attribute. We didn't have to save these, right? No, okay. Only for this. So the size is this. The color is a predefined attribute. that was defined within this WooCommerce itself. So anything else, we need to put a pipe symbol. Let's click on advanced. Do you need to put a purchase note? Let's say yes, all sales are final. This is our purchase note for our website. No returns unless product is defective or damaged. This will be the sales notification sold. Menu order. Do you have a menu order? We don't have. Enable reviews. This is reviews are just like you see customer feedback reviews. This product doesn't have any, but it would be here. And that's it. And product short description. But didn't we have a product description over here? Product details. And this is the product short description. And a short description could be something maybe over here. So let's say if we can think this as a short description. And then we have the product image. So let's download this image. Let's download few of these images. Save image as, download. I'm going to save, this is my clothing image 1. And this is my clothing image 2. This is my clothing image 3. I just don't want to use their name. This is too huge. It's only allowing me to use one product image, but for now, let's select that product image. We're going to use the first one. We're going to do this, set this product. And do you want to give a product tag? What tag do you want to use? It's going to be part of the Lenga tag. That's what they were using, and this is what we're going to use. And do you want to give a category? It has categories for this. Yes, we want to give it a category. It's in the clothing, but not a hoodie. We're going to add a category, and we're going to add Lenga, and we're going to add it in the clothing. And we're going to say add this new category. If it's not a hoodie, it's a Lenga, and we're going to give it appropriate one. And it has its own permalink that you can use. And the good thing about permalink is instead of giving it a name, you can give it a name, or you can just use your item code, your SKU, to put over here in the product. A good example will be using an SKU in over here. In this way, you don't overlap with any other names, otherwise you will recall. I always recommend in a huge e-commerce site where you have a lot of products, just use the SKU number here and click OK. And let's publish this. And let's view this product in our product page. And now, again, our theme is very simple that we're doing over here. It has very limited options. But if we were using a theme like I was trying to use earlier for that fashion store, your store, what was the other theme that we did and it failed again? I'm sorry, it didn't work. These are just limitations of using free themes, and that's why I don't use them a lot. Top deal. We tried to use top deal. It was a null and cracked theme. It didn't work as well. But look, the one we created from scratch and the free theme we used provided by WordPress is coming in. And this is how your stock would look. This, and remember again, this is a simple theme. And this is because we added the plugins. The more plugins we add and the more extensions we add, the more prettier this product page. And let's start using swatches. This is our short description that we added. This is the quantity we added, 150. And look at our regular price and our promotional price. And the SKU is what we entered. The category we created, clothing and lengas. The tag is Lenga, or you can put in your brand name as a tag as well. If you have like, I think ladies have their own brands. Like, let's say, for example, Maria B or Cardi, those famous brands, you can put in them in the tag. So if anyone searches for those brands, this Lenga belongs to that brand. And this is the product description. And we have additional description. And this additional description is the attributes that we put in. These are the sizes available. These are the color, and this is the view. Now the challenge is, how can a customer select a particular size here? And that's when the swatches come in. These are swatches that we see here. These are attributes, but these are also swatched attributes. And this is why I downloaded the swatch attribute plugin for WooCommerce. And we're going to activate that, and we're going to make the customer select the size while adding the item to a shopping cart. So let's go back to our swatches option, wherever that is. Let's see, where did we go? Here's the swatches. And let's click on advanced. And let's see, why isn't this working? No, it's working, but it should be available in WooCommerce. And are the swatches. So let's go back to our page. Let's edit this product. And let's see if we can find the swatches option here. Oh, they have a product gallery. I just noticed this. This came in after I clicked save. And we can actually add more images. Now we will have multiple images for the product gallery. And I'm just trying to find the swatches product, screen options, custom feeds, slug, review, layout, enable full height, edit product. Yeah, the images disappeared again. And I'm going to publish this. And I'm going to make this a variable product instead of a simple product. So maybe we can get the swatches option. So let's go ahead and set linked products, attributes. They call it a variable product. Yep, this is what they're using for swatches, I think. They're using it variations. So let's download this for WooCommerce, adding a variable product. And before you can add a variation, you need to add some variation attributes to the attribution tab. It's telling us to add a variation attribute. It's telling us to go to WooCommerce, products, add a product, and click edit an existing product, and select variable product and product data. So if we go here, we click the variable product. We did that. It says add attributes. In the attributes section, click add attribute before creating variations. So it says attributes, add attributes before creating variations. We did add attributes, adding a global attribute, and it says that used for variations. So if we click on attributes that we created, they want us to make sure we use variation box check. Same for color, used for variation, and we're going to click save attribute. And now it wants us to go back to variations and add a variations for those. And we're going to say create variations from all the attributes that we added. So we added color and size, and we want to create variations for them. Are you sure? Yes. "44 variations added." So it added variation sizes for the black color and for the blue color. And it added 44. And these are 3 pages. I can go to the next page, to the next page, to the next page. And what this did is, instead of us creating all this, it auto created for us this. Let's save this right now and see what it did actually to our product itself. And all I did was follow the instructions from the WordPress itself that it took me. And let's open this product. And now you can see we have those swatches, black, orange, red. So let's say we would do blue, and you can select, you see add a card is not working. And it's telling me select the size after selecting the color. So let's say I do 33. And now it says this product is unavailable because I think I didn't add 150 quantity of it. So let's do black. I think we need to add quantity for all of them. And that's the reason it's not allowing me. So let's do 1500, update this. Even though I entered 150 quantity, it's not reflecting that change. But let's read what it says. This is menu editing, many variations, adding variation data. Oh, enable stock management at level. It wants us to do set stock status, and here add an image. It wants us to set the stock level. So what it's saying is that go to inventory, variable product, and this is checked. And let's just uncheck this. It's telling us to remove the stock level and manually do it to another app. See if this allows us. And it's still, and this is a little bug in this theme. Even though we put in 150, but this, I think this is a little bug inside this theme that we're using. Again, theme bugs. When I enable this option and I put a quantity of 1500, it should allow us to do it. But I'm gonna click allow. Threshold, I'm gonna make it into 2. And I'm gonna save this change so it can allow us to buy that item. But it shouldn't give us that option. Yep, even though I'm clicking allow us to back order this item, is still saying that you cannot buy it. And this, again, this is a little error in the theme, but the main concept was to show you guys how the swatches work. We don't care if it's add the card. And I think another reason we are not unable to add this is because we didn't set up a payment. So we will continue on to this in the payment section, but this is how you make a product. And I think it's not the quantity of the item that we're facing this issue. I think the theme is good. I just realized we didn't add a payment option. Until we add a payment option, the add to cart feature will not work. So this is how you set up a product. Any questions regarding on setting up a product before we go to payment or move, or you guys want to continue the payment to tomorrow? But this is how you basically create a product page. And this is a very basic theme. That's why it doesn't look that much fancy, but you can add more options. किसी को कोई question? Any questions? आप लोग चाहते हैं कि आज हम इधर स्टॉप कर दें और कल इसको कंटिन्यू करके पेमेंट ऑप्शन करके कंप्लीट कर दें? I have no idea who Honored 8C is. Again, who asked for the monetization? Someone asked a criteria for website monetization to everyone. I don't know. I think they left. पर इकरा, रुबाब, मेरा आप लोगों का कोई तीनों का क्वेश्चन हो, डू यू वांट मी टू कंटिन्यू ऑन टुडे और डू यू वांट टू स्टॉप फॉर टुडे?
सर कल कर लेंगे।
ठीक है. So this is how you created, and again the add to cart button is not working. I thought this was a team issue, but नहीं, हमने इसके अंदर पेमेंट नहीं ऐड की. So tomorrow might be the last day. Tomorrow I'm just gonna add the payment and you will be able to purchase this single product. And I think that will complete the WordPress training. And after that is just आप लोग खुद अपना develop करें, develop and add more products and play around with it. And I will be there in the group with you guys to help you whenever you need it. Okay.
ओके सर।
ठीक है, फिर हम कल इसको कंप्लीट कर देंगे. टुमारो माइट बी द लास्ट डे. तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज.